let's talk about the Nets star. Max is really concerned about his zodiac sign, so he's happy that I gave that information. Max, tell me this. Will the Nets' big three be better for Kyrie's career than his years with LeBron?
Yes, I do think so, because with LeBron is such an overwhelming talent, and Kyrie was still coming up, that it was not, obviously LeBron needed a crime partner, and Kyrie is extremely talented. But especially given what happened, the way it ended, and how Kyrie looked in Boston after that, and then even in Brooklyn before these other guys arrived, he looked like a spectacular talent that couldn't win without LeBron. That couldn't be a part of a winning nucleus as a leader without LeBron. But what he is showing this year and what he has shown is that, sure, you want me to share the ball in the backcourt with another dominant, on ball, ball dominant scorer, facilitator, whatever. Yep, can do that in the service of winning. Already, his reputation is different because of the kind of understanding he and James Harden, the way they've been able to play in that backcourt together. And Kyrie has always been the best show in the game, basically. But now he's the best show in the game in the service of winning, and that's without KD. I think when this is all said and done, Brooklyn's going to be even better for him than Cleveland was.
It's hard to refute that because I can see him winning more championships in Brooklyn than he won in Cleveland. But it remains to be seen, and I'll tell you why. We rave about LeBron arguably acknowledging that his greatest title was coming back from a 3-1 deficit as a Cleveland Cavalier to knock off the Golden State Warriors. Well, who was his sidekick? It was Kyrie Irving.
Balling.
Who hit the game-winning shot over Steph Curry? It was Kyrie Irving. Who did it in the Game 7? It was Kyrie Irving. Who averaged about 27 that series? It was Kyrie Irving. So it's pretty hard to eclipse that, particularly when you're the guy that closed the deal. Whereas we can imagine James Harden or Kevin Durant doing it for them in Brooklyn. Here's the one thing I want to say about Kyrie. Kyrie is box office. He is absolutely sensational. I think he is the best show in basketball. These games, and listen, I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't ask. I don't care as long as his family is okay and he's well, I wish them nothing but the best. But this is a guy that played 20 games last year. This is a guy that took 2 weeks off this season. This is a guy that missed games thereafter. At some point in time, it's like, again, we look at LeBron, 36 years of your age, 18th season, trying to play every game. And every now and then, there's something that happens with Kyrie that reminds you that basketball doesn't appear to be the priority. It should be. It's paid for him to be. It's paid to him to be, or that he should want it to be. And so, obviously, it's the regular season. It's not a big deal. But you're always sitting back and saying, okay, what's going to be next? Mm-hmm. What's going to happen next? And when is it going to happen? You imagine that it won't happen during the postseason because now the priority gets elevated and you understand it. But with him, you never know.
Well, I will say
that's all I'm saying is that's what it is. It's like, again, I had something was trending on social media last night, Max, because somebody sent me a tweet about Kyrie. Are we ready to say Kyrie better than AI? I said, yeah, better shooter, better ball handler, better scorer. Kyrie is sensational, but he wasn't more dependable. You didn't carry a franchise on your shoulders for a decade. At some point in time, it matters.
We're evaluating Kyrie as a basketball player.
Yes.
So sometimes your evaluation as a human being can interfere with your evaluation as a basketball player.
Only because of your availability.
Anyone.
That's it.
I would never criticize someone as a human being for paying attention to their family before their career.
Absolutely.
And nevertheless, when we evaluate their career, we got to take that into account. I'll just say that this Kyrie Irving that we've seen so far this year, he knew he had to get away from LeBron so he could prove himself in a different way. He's doing it so far.
He's doing it. He's been unselfish. He's been incredible on the basketball court. Again, the best show in the NBA. But on a couple of occasions, he's left us wondering what's next. And you cannot have that come playoff time.
He's been the best show. He's now also a winner.
He's a winner. He's a winner. He's the best show. We just got to hope that continues into the postseason.
I hope everything's okay with him and his family. Obviously, that comes first.
Best wishes.
By the way, Ray Lewis is going to be here tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. The Hall of Famer Stipe Miocic and Stephen A. Looks like the Lonzo Ball should be headed to the Knicks, so that's good for you too. Take your program to the next level and.
Hello, Matt Berry, Sage Steele, back at it. It's been, what, 4 or 5 days? We weren't here yesterday, and I am absolutely exhausted in a fabulous way from watching so much amazing basketball. It's perfect.
I've never seen such a thing where so many games have come down to the final 2 minutes, and we're always rewarded with such a great finish. What a weekend it was in both tournaments. We'll get you down to that. Plus, Mel Kiper Jr. is here. I can't wait. He's got some interesting things going on in the mock draft. That and more is still ahead. SportsCenter starts now.
This is SportsCenter.
Coming up, how has the Pac-12 headlined a Sweet 16 filled with underdogs? And which Cinderella team is bound for the Final Four? We've got answers. Plus, 4 quarterbacks in the first 4 picks of Mel Kiper Jr.'s trade-heavy mock draft 3.0, why one of them is not Alabama's Mac Jones. And how the Hawks winning streak was clipped in Los Angeles. Plus, the Rockets did something they haven't done in over 6 weeks. Hint, hint, search for the W.
The Rockets' streak is over. Way too much fun. Did that really just happen? Spectacular.
Couldn't work any harder. I put everything I could into this. It just wasn't meant to be.
What was meant to be the Conference of Champions, a quarter of the Sweet 16, comes from the best conference in college basketball, at least right now. Let's pick it up. USC, Kansas, first half. USC up 8. Isaiah Mobley misses. Evan Mobley puts it back. USC up 10. This was an absolute obliteration of Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. The Mobley brothers combined for 21 points in the half, equaling Kansas's first half point total. 11 of 18 from 3 were the Trojans beat down. 85-51, and afterwards, Trojans head coach Andy Enfield, he took some shots at the media.
We were at lunch today, and we were checking the scores, and Coach Mobley pulled his phone out, and on came a CBS studio. We're not sure where it was, but the 2 guys picked Kansas because they said USC basketball and Andy Enfield coach teams, and USC team is so undisciplined. They said very undisciplined, so Kansas is going to win. I'm not sure. Just imagine if we were disciplined.
They were obviously more prepared. They played better, coached better. We shot it miserably, and it's going to be hard to score for us over that length regardless. And they shot it unbelievably well.
All right, Sage, how bad was yesterday for Kansas? Let me break this down for you. 3rd largest loss in the history, worst for the Jayhawks since 1974. The largest one came over 100 years ago. Jayhawks had never lost by more than 18 in the NCAA tournament. Last night nearly doubled that game. That was in the 1940 National Championship against Indiana with Fog Allen as Kansas.